What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can have the best hands on their team. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it could teach you a few new things. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want to know how you can improve not only your hands, but your route running, your press releases, all your footwork, drill work that you can do this offseason, check out that very first link in the description below for our 8-week wide receiver on-field workout schedule. What you'll get access to is a 2-month daily training schedule with the exact exercises, with sets, reps, and a video example of each drill to improve your overall skills as a wide receiver. So if that's something that's interests you, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get started with this video. So now, first things first, to have great hands, to have the best hands on your team, you need to have great catching mechanics. So by catching mechanics, I mean your eyes, hand placement, and then obviously where you were, I should say like the diamond you were putting your hand in, or the reverse diamond. Now, we get a lot of questions like, hey, do my hands need to be in a perfect diamond shape when I catch the ball? No, they do not have to be in a perfect diamond shape. It's honestly just reason why people say keep your hands in a diamond is so your hands don't get too wide and the ball doesn't go through the middle of your hands. So you're going to hear me say diamond a little bit today. Don't think that needs to be your hands must always be connected. Your fingers must always be connected in a diamond. It's just a general shape. Now, when that ball is thrown to us, the most important thing I would say is your eyes. You're going to catch this football with your eyes before you catch it with your hands. Now, what I mean by that is you want to pretend, a good analogy that I tell my wide receivers is you want to pretend that your eyes are a camera and you were trying to take a photo of the ball. So when that ball makes contact with your hands, the only thing in your line of vision should be the football. It shouldn't be the football and then you're kind of trying to peek to see where the defender is. You're trying to look to see if you're trying to get your feet in bounds. If you were close to the sideline for a split second, it needs to be a photo frame finish where that you are taking a photo of that ball with your eyes. Now, if you can consistently get to that position, you are going to more likely catch the ball. More often than not, then, at least I should say. Now, when we do this, most important thing to have the ball, because what are some of the common things that cause guys to drop passes? The ball will bounce off of their palms, it'll go through the middle of their hands, or they maybe don't have the grip strength to handle one of those bullet passes that you'll get from a quarterback. So they look the ball in, but they still drop it. So that's where the catching mechanics comes into play. So you see, when he's catching this ball, it's not a perfect diamond, but for the most part, he's in a diamond. I say you want to try to keep your thumb and your index finger connected. Now, if it was like a low pass and you had to flip your hands, what I would say is you want to keep your pinkies connected. So thumb and index finger connected, low pass, pinkies connected. Do they have to be touching? No, it's probably unrealistic to make them touch every single time, but you can get them in somewhat of a close fashion to get you into that diamond shape, quote unquote. Now, when you're in that diamond shape, again, what's another reason that guys will drop the pass? It'll bounce off of their palms. And that's why having a strong grip as a wide receiver is super important, because if you don't have a strong grip, you don't have strong hands, you're going to be relying on your palms to catch the ball. You're almost going to be like clasping down on the ball. You're not going to be able to, like, you probably heard the phrase before, oh, wide receivers want to have soft hands. Like if anybody's ever gone to like an NFL training camp or been up close to an NFL receiver, trained with one, when that ball hits their hands, you can't hear it. It does not make a sound. And that comes from them catching the ball, not in their fingertips, but in their fingers, like the webbing of their hand. If you can consistently catch that ball in the diamond, in the webbing of your hand, take a photo, you will not have any drops, fellas, and you will be a more consistent pass catcher. And when it comes down to catching, it's all about consistency. Let's play this thing again full speed one more time, then we'll talk about a little bit more difficult of a scenario like catching in traffic and how wide receivers can always make that catch. So this wide receiver is working like a stutter stop route, and obviously he's got this DB coming back down to make a hit, to make a play on the ball when that ball is thrown. And it doesn't help that he has to jump and come out of the grass. So anytime we are in a situation where we might be taking a hit, we might be catching the ball in traffic, number one thing to avoid drops, to have those consistent hands, to have those hands where a coach relies on us and wants to give us the ball, we got to put it away violently. So you see how he goes up and makes this catch. Same idea as the last example, right? Catching the ball, staying in that diamond shape. You see how it's not a perfect diamond shape either, but it's close, right? It's close to that shape. That's what coaches mean when they say diamond. They just don't want your hands to be super wide. Now, what does he do when that ball hits his hands? He's taking a photo. He's looking it all the way in. He's not looking at the football and then looking at the defender for a split second. The only thing in his line of vision is that football. So now when he comes back down, I want you to see what he does. He puts it away violently, because he knows that this guy's going to be trying to make a play on his hands to knock the ball out. So you go up for a jump ball, fellas. You catch a ball in tight traffic. We put that thing away violently, make sure that the DB does not have a chance to hit that ball out and get a PBU. Let's play this thing again, full speed one more time. This is also a great route right here. Great job getting separation to set him up for this catch. But we have to make sure we finish the play. Don't come down and land and hold that ball extended out in front of you, just giving that DB an easy shot to knock it out. Because they are taught to play our hands, fellas. We catch a ball over the middle. They're taught to come reach around and shoot through the middle of my hands. Over the shoulder pass, they see my hands show super early, and I catch it. They're taught to shoot through the middle of my hands because they're trying to get that PBU, and they know that's exactly where the ball is going to be. So the later we are with my hands and the more violent I am to the tuck, the better off I will be. So now, last example here from Stefon Diggs is how you guys can catch a bullet pass from the quarterback when he's putting this thing on a rope. How do you guys catch those passes? Now, you see a lot of NFL wide receivers catch the ball with their body, especially like guys who are playing with quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, guys who can really put steam on the ball. So look at this example here from Stefon Diggs. Does this like slide release, hits a crossover, and then when he catches this pass, this is something that all wide receiver coaches would probably never teach. I've never met a wide receiver coach who teaches catch with your body. Now, why do so many NFL players do it? Because I guarantee you watch any game. You watch a game on Sunday, you watch a game on Monday, you watch a game on Thursday. A wide receiver will catch the ball at some point or another with his body. Why do they do it? They know it's so. They know you're not supposed to do it. Day one wide receiver stuff. Catch with your hands. Catch with your hands. Why do they do it? And I think partially it's because the quarterbacks put so much heat on the ball, and mainly because they are in traffic. So remember what we talked about in that last example. When that wide receiver caught that ball with his hands, not so much extended, but he caught the ball in front of his face, right? It's exactly how you should. What did I say you have to do? You have to put the ball violently to the tuck. So sometimes wide receivers, when they're in traffic, maybe they got a linebacker over the top who's coming down, they will let the ball get inside of their frame because that's a way for them to secure the pass. When you catch a normal pass with your hands and you bring it to the tuck violently, when you do that's securing the ball. That's not allowing that DB to get a hand on there. When you catch the ball super late with your hands, almost with your body, that is putting the ball away. That's securing it. That's being late, not giving the DB time to react to your hands. But let me tell you this, I'm not going to tell you to go out there and catch with your body. It's not what I'm trying to say. Maybe when that ball's thrown with some heat, though, we don't go extend to the ball because that's also tougher to catch it. You maybe let that ball get into your frame a little bit. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, I've never been taught that, coach. Like my receiver coach will tell me not to do that. I get it. I understand. But when that quarterback's throwing with some heat, we just got to make sure we catch the ball. And also, we have to make sure that we don't let the DB knock the ball out. So at the end of the day, we need to catch it. But if you let that ball get into your frame a little bit, you're a little bit later with your hands because he's got some heat on it, because you're in traffic, that is completely fine. But if you catch it away from yourself, okay, that's fine too. Just make sure we put it away quickly and violently. I just wanted to address this because so many wide receivers do this. So many wide receivers catch that ball with their chest when they're in traffic, balls with some velocity. That's why they do it. They're playing with some of the most talented, some of the strongest arms in the entire world, right? If they're 32 best guys in the entire world playing the NFL. So they're probably putting some heat on that ball. And when you're over the middle, they're really going to put some heat on the ball because they don't want to get you killed. They don't want to float it. So we have to catch that ball by any means necessary. Not saying to catch with the body, fellas. I want to make that clear. But I want to make sure that we are late with my hands, we are tracking the ball with my eyes, and we are securing it just so the DB has no chance to make a play. All right, fellas, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like an 8-week wide receiver on-field workout schedule with all the route running, press release, catching drills that you can do mapped out with the schedule of sets, reps, check out that very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.